let me talk to you. You got your Volcarona. 160 speed becomes 415 after one quiver dance. Free. 252 Life Orb. You got your quiver dance, your flurry dance, bug buzz, Giga Drain. You essentially never fucking die. You set up 2 quiver dances, you guarantee sweep. 1 quiver dance, you flurry dance, you get the boost, 50% boost. You sweep afterwards. Now you got your Torkoal. Great, effective. Discord. Ooh, we got something in Discord. We got a fire team. We got a Charizard Y. Wait, Tailwind. I'll probably give it Dragon Pulse. You also have you have 4 remaining EVs on your Charizard. Flamethrower, Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Nasty Plot, Fire Punch, Mach Punch, Gunk Shot, stuff. Take off rocks. You literally do not need rocks on this. It's an expert belt. Infernape. Rotom Heat. Willow, Pain Split. Spadef? Oh, no. Where's my Torkoal? Pretty sure Torkoal should be physical, right? Yeah, why are you making Torkoal Spadef? Torkoal has 140 defense. You can give Torkoal some Spadef, like I did, but definitely don't give it. Don't make it a Spadef user. Oh, wrong team. Okay. We'll wait for the other team. While we wait for the other team, I still got 1 pack left. Wait, what? I think this is the wrong screen. Okay, there we go. These packs are so scuffed. Look how... I didn't even push anything. This pack just opened up itself. Can I get a Charizard? We got Fire. We got Sabrina. Puff. Snake. Dude. I pulled out of 16, give or take 16 packs, 20 packs, 8 reverse Ekans. Currently, this one 10 has given me this 1 shiny, by the way. Let's see, do we get the 10? And we still didn't get the new team. Alright, so let me talk to you about my team. Let's fuck this. Alright, Willow, Earth Power, Flamethrower. Simple, straight to the point. Willow, just cause I don't feel like you really need Lava Plume. Shouldn't play that game. Fire, Flamethrower, Air Slash, Solar Beam, and Dragon Pulse. Give yourself the dragon coverage. Tailwind, your team kind of fits in there by itself, I feel like. What mon did he show me that he had here that I didn't have? Oh, Salazzle. Okay. Oh, we got a team right here. Where you got? Okay. Alright. Close combat. Okay. Better. Florence Spadef, that's fine. Tailwind. 244 into special attack. Rapid spin. Toxic, Lava Plume. Okay, this is a fine set. I would give him more HP. My recommendation right here, give him HP. He's not really doing damage. Okay. What's bold? Minus plus defense minus attack. Yeah, he does suck. Also, why do you have two? Heat rock. Why is it heat rock? What is this? Lefties. You have two sunsetters. You don't need heat rock. You got two sunsetters. You definitely don't need heat rock on this. And then I don't know why you have two completely physically defensive mons. Is that how what works? Steam, HP grass. Water types? Not really, but in this scenario, you have two setters, and one of them is extremely bulky and slow, so he gets to outset any other mon that comes in and sets usually. And the other one is a setter by transformation, so you have a guarantee set no matter when or what time you want. The only reason why you run heat rock usually is if you, a lot of people when they run heat rock, they usually run it because they 90% of the time have one setter. That's why if you usually run a Pelipper, you have a damp rock on it, because usually you don't really run a second setter. But there are people who run Pelipper and then would give it like leftovers instead, but then run a Palpitoad in the back, so you have double setters. You can keep switching in and out, and then you have more leeway with it. But making this a spinner, not bad. Okay, what'd you do with Rotom? You also want to definitely make this more defensive, take away from special attack, and then, you know, flip it over and make Rotom. You could let Rotom fall off and attack and give it more in special defense, HP, whatever you want. But you definitely want to flip your Rotom around because there's no reason for your Rotom to be physically bulky. You don't really need it. Doesn't help out your team. No speed? Really? How slow are you? 70 speed plus speed. What's the speed? Base 200. $295. So I'm gonna talk to you about this one. Your Volcanion. I like it set. I don't know about Hidden Power Grass, because you don't really care about water because they can't hit you. But what if you give it an AV vest? I mean, you can hit them back either way. I feel like Hidden Power Ice would do you more good because it gives you Flying Dragon and gives you grass as well, but you have grass. Hidden Power Grass literally just gives you grass and rock and ground, I guess. But what's your thing? Okay. Gunk Shot, Mach Punch. This is fine. I would just say Flare Blitz because fuck it. Okay. Salazzle, I actually have to look up. You don't have this thing, so let's get rid of this thing. Corrosion. You can poison. Okay. What are your moves? Dragon Pulse. Flamethrower, of course. Okay, let me click them instead of just going past them so I know exactly. Flame. Sludge Wave, I'm assuming. Pulse. Okay. What do you think of this? Now you can hit Dragon, Flying, and Grass again, but point being is that you don't have to use Dragon Pulse. You get more coverage out of Ice than Dragon, obviously. So, oh yeah, and ground. I keep forgetting Ice hits ground. I don't know what's going on with me today. This team is done, so we don't need it. This team doesn't exist. All right, now. Ice hits ground. The only thing you get to hit is rock. I was right. Yeah. Ice hits ground. Well, yeah, water, but Charizard has Solar Beam. You have Thunder Punch. You have Volt Switch. You have 3 users and an immunity. You have 4 if you want to count your Volcanion currently. You can't have every Mon cover water. You have an immunity. You have 3 Mons already that have a counter to water, a move counters water. There's no reason to just pile on. Oh, is it? That's not your Infernape. I keep forgetting. You have Gunk Shot. Yep, I keep forgetting you have Gunk Shot. Okay, that's my bad. But I mean, you still have 3 if you're keeping Hidden Power Grass on this thing. You still have 3. My stance still stands. It's just that I was wrong. I mean, Volcarona is up to you. If you put Volcarona, you're essentially taking out Salazzle. Volcarona isn't needed. It's just that Volcarona gives you a really good sweep machine, and it gives you another counter for grass essentially. Plus, it gives you some resistances. It gives you a resistance to fighting. But Volcarona is not needed. It's just that I would prefer to have it on the team. I feel like it has more because it gives you speed on its own. It gives you Spadef essentially. Because after 2 Quiver Dances, Volcarona will actually always be. Well, you get the one sec. Let me throw this in here. Alright, let's do some lessons because I forget this every time. Where is it? Bug. Poison. Okay, it's neutral. Never mind. Neutral. I'm not the best with resistances myself. It's just that I have some in the back of my head. Oh, okay. I was reading that wrong. I'm gonna keep this chart up just in case. No, but this is fine. You would just change this for ice. I don't think Tailwind is needed on your team. I think you'd rather have the Dragon Pulse. This you definitely want to work on. It definitely shouldn't be physically defensive. You can give this much more headroom to work with. You have a extremely good physical defense mon right here. And then for this thing, I'm recommending AV. Take away the life orb, give it the AV. My Rotom is 144 plus in speed, 216 and Spadef, and then 148 in special attack. But of course my Rotom has Defog. And I decided to give my Rotom Ayayapa Berry just to be different. In all reality, this should be technically leftovers, but I decided to be different and give it an Ayayapa Berry. I think I'm saying that shit right. Who the fuck knows? But you can keep Paint Split. That's a perfectly fine move. It just depends. If you put Defog, then I feel like you should take over Rapid Spin and give Torkoal a little bit more headroom. Like what I did, for example, is I essentially gave myself 2 Will-O-Whispers. So I just gave myself like more room to play around with. Like if I go to my champ team right here, get the fuck out of my face. My Rotom Wash, no physical defense at all. But I know this thing can eat an outrage from a 252 fucking Garchomp and still willow it back. Now, is there like about a 40% chance it dies with this stat boost? Yeah. But this will also tank anything in the fucking game just because it's a fucking water electric and it has fucking one weakness. So fucking dumb. What do we do here for you? Paint Split, Will-O-Wisp, Thunderbolt, Overheat. I like this set. Obviously, this is also a good set right here. If you want to just do this. Why was my Rotom so fast? It's so it can it essentially guarantees me to outspeed any of the heavy slow hitters that you might want to make a little bit fast. Yeah, I know this is like the reverse of that, but the point is here is that this is focused on defense, and you already have a purely defensive Torkoal. Give yourself some more headroom by giving yourself a little bit more speed depth. You can give yourself some speed, and now you have a pretty good special attacking speed depth tank, speedy, and you can give yourself some HP, Will-O-Wisping, Pain Splitting Rotom, so you can be faster. Because for Pain Split, for the most of the time, Rotom, because it is a fire type, isn't gonna really like most moves. But with Willow, with Pain Split, and if you go first, you all of a sudden become a much bigger physical tank. That's why, like, you don't really need that much investment into HP defense. You can invest more into HP speed, because that will the speed in itself will essentially give you that defense boost by being able to Willow a lot of stuff faster. And then you have your Pain Split. That's why I'm saying focus more on the speed depth and speed, and then you give yourself more HP. That's why you saw my Rotom fucking 200 speed, something like that, right? But 200 speed plus 283 speed. I can say this shit's physically tanky. Still, this shit was enough to scare the whole entire league. And it has... By the way, you better not tell anyone my spreads, because you're the only one who fucking sees them. This shit has no defense. And this shit is still physically bulky. Thanks to that speed, thanks to being able to Willow. Hey, that works perfect for me. As long as you're not writing it down. Like for your Torkoal, for example, he's really slow, but he's bulky. And essentially, you would hit a Will-O-Wisp with Torkoal to just make something crippled, and then Torkoal. Hey, look. I'm just saying. Would be appreciatory. But you gotta tell me what changes you made, so, or just give me a actual copy of your team. You know what? Fair enough. I don't think I've written anything in about as long. Fine. No, I think it's more like 4 for me. Actually, that's not true. I wrote something down like 2 days ago. Or did I? I don't know. Fucking know. So bulky. This is such a dumb set. I don't know how this thing lives anything. This should not be living anything. Alright, let me stop. Oh yeah, actually send me your actual team. While we do that, while he gives me actual paste spin of his team. Fuck. Let's open up a Dragon Ball Super card. See? Much easier to open. Vegeta, Shisami, Piccolo, Krillin, Unthinkable Fate, Super Saiyan Son Goku, Endless, Bulma, Beerus, Time Machine, Reverse, Dende, and a rare. Okay, this was a rare. Phantom Strike. Alright, let's see if we got something in Discord. Did we get the team? Yeah, we got the team. Alright. Let's go to new. Let me just make this simple. Gen 7 OU. Import, export. Paste, save. Okay. Local assault vest. 160, 252. This shit's great. I'll literally tank almost anything. You will-o-wisp something. It's good to go. Alright, Torko looks a lot better. 184. Ooh. Thanks. Alright, Torko. 184, 252, 72. With Sun, you're not really... You can stay in and eat in Earth Power. Yeah, because there's not going to be much. You're fine with that. Torko looks good. What's your shiny? What's a shiny? Oh, you didn't pick the shiny yet for the team. Interesting. Dragon Pulse. This works fine, perfectly. Close Combat, Gunk Shot, Mach Punch. Works fine. Get priority. HPI, Sludge Wave. Coverage on anything you want. Sludge Wave gives you grass. Poison is just such a bad typing. Sludge Wave gives you grass. What would you use Sludge Wave for that you wouldn't use? What do you use Sludge Wave for that you don't use Flamethrower? Ice, you would use Flamethrower. Grass, you would use Flamethrower. Because you usually would probably have Sun up. Okay, Fairy. That's it. That's all you have to say. Fairy, Sludge Wave, good to go, perfect. That's all I needed. I forget Fairy's a fucking thing. Okay, Mach Punch, Gunk Shot, Close Combat. Simple. True, you would use it on a Volcarona, but... I still recommend Flare Blitz, but that's a do you kind of thing. What's Iron Fist? This Pokemon punch base attacks have a 1.2 power. Sucker Punch is not boosted. 1.2, 75. I doubt it. Yeah, 90. Base 90 isn't bad. 120 always better. Drought, lefties, just a wall. HP Grass, Earth Power. This year will be hitting hits for days. 252, 160. I mean, that's up to you. Assault Vest. Wait, Assault Vest is a 50. let me read this just to make sure I got it. Raises the holders by 50%. Okay. So, what is that? 281. This is for myself. I'm doing 421.5. Damn. This shit's fucking bulky. 421.5 is its special defense. This shit is bulky as fuck. You could even probably drop its attack to like special attack to like 164-ish. Give it 88 HP if you would want. This thing becomes even more bulkier. It gets now the HP bulk on top of it. You start fucking will-o-wisping some mons. This thing's gonna skyrocket in defense. But since that's not what we're doing, we're just doing this, keeping it nice and simple. Alright, Rotom, Willow, Pain Split, Thunderbolt, Overheat. I'm going to suggest the Volt Switch. So you have Pivot. Having Pivot on your team is really good. Letting you switch out more and whatnot. You know, Water type. I know it puts you in a more conjoined position, but gives you more of an opportunity to like move around. So I'm just going to put Volt Switch out there. You don't have to use it, but that's my recommendation. 246. That's good. It's good enough speed with 148 attack. Pivot will help you out a lot. You could pivot out of rock types, which you would most likely want to anyways. You never probably want to stay in with Rotom on a rock type unless you're trying to willow it. I mean, you probably are just going to click Thunderbolt most of the time, in all reality, just because it is a rock, fire and electric, so you probably just want to click the bigger move. But the reason why Volt Switch also helps out, like Rotom Heat, for example, is because you can click Overheat one turn, and then you can just click Volt Switch. You're -2, but you're getting the fuck out, and you're just doing some chip. I just prefer having some type of pivot on the team. But, like I said, Thunderbolt is 100% fine here. This was fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is good. This is good. You got both. You got two teams. We got two teams for you. Did some upgrades. Did some changes. What's your other ability? Flaunted or taunted and immune to intimidate. Well, because of how your Salazzle is, I recommend Oblivious. Recommend changing your Salazzle's ability to Oblivious. It's as simple as you literally don't have Toxic on your thing. Unless Corrosion actually makes it so you can actually hit Steel types with Sludge Wave, which I don't know if it works like that or not. We can test it. Because I'm pretty sure the way Corrosion works is that you can Toxic, but you don't have the move Toxic, so it doesn't do anything for you. It's just a move that you have out there, an ability that you have out there that doesn't... Yeah, okay, so I'm right. It's just Toxic. Oblivious, on the other hand, makes it so you can't be taunted or flaunted. So you can always click Nasty Plot no matter what the situation is. They can be Prankster or whatever. You have Oblivious. Charizard Drought is fine. Expert Belt, Iron Fist, perfectly fine. Drought Leftovers, obviously. Levitate and Water Absorb. Now, if we wanted to go crazy, let me go to a different team. I'm gonna go. I was already messing with my fire team, right? I think I was already messing. Yeah, I was. Salaza. Fire. What crazy shit can we do? Heatran. Love this thing. I actually had a team for it. You scarf it. Beautiful. But you don't need that. Oh, Victini would be beautiful. We can throw in a Victini. Since Thunder opened the fucking... if you do Toxic on Salazzle, now, this is called the Cancer set, but you do Toxic, Protect, Sub, and I forget what the last move is, but essentially you just Toxic, Protect, Sub. That's your whole move. Thunder opened this to everyone but me. You bitches have an infinite amount of legends you can throw on your team. So what could we do? My man says he hates it. I have to deal with this. You can build for it. I still have my shitty ass. Well, I shouldn't say shitty. Oh, you can give yourself a fucking... You could just give yourself an Entei. What I gotta do my boy Arcanine like that? What do they gotta do my boy Arcanine like that? If you low-key wanted, you could have given... You could give yourself Arcanine. Take Salazzle, give yourself Arcanine, and just make yourself a fucking bulky-ass team. Because Infernape stays, right? Okay. I don't know why Incineroar was NU. Incineroar was considered the best Mon in Gen 7. Because of this ability, Intimidate. And having the move Partying Shot. Yeah, for doubles, obviously. Man. Imagine if Thunder allowed a doubles team. You take a doubles fire team, you throw Incineroar in there. You throw Arcanine in there. You have Mega Charizard. You have yourself your Volcanion, Rotom Wash. Rotom Heat. You get yourself a nice Victini. You could be so fucking toxic. You don't even need to build any physical defense. You just double intimidate every fucking turn. You could just be like, nah, you can't play. You can't play. You'll always be a -1 or -2 physical defense. You just keep switching out Arcanine and Incineroar. Incineroar can use Partying Shot to minus you again before he leaves. That is such a tax. All you gotta do is build for special defense. And then you get to throw like, you could throw like Ninetales in there, or you could throw fucking, yeah, Ninetales. Fuck Talonflame. You throw Ninetales in there, you know. It's okay. I really just made the most fucking annoying toxic team. By just looking in 2 seconds, I made such a toxic team.